Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? It is Saturday, August 8th. I always like Saturdays because it's a day I give back in even bigger ways. Obviously, we do these daily financial news, which we do 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. But now I've started to adapt spending an hour with you via YouTube Live just answering questions. And I have a full page of questions which will be entertaining. And I only ask for a couple of things. I would appreciate thumbs up and subscriptions if you are going to watch this or you watch the questions or any of that. A couple of things. Also, if you've read this book, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to share it with you. But if you can, go to Amazon and or Audible and just leave a quick 5-star review. That would be greatly appreciated. We're selling plenty of books, but my rate of 5-star reviews needs to be a little bit higher for all the information I give away for free. And then lastly, if you don't mind, I have a link below some of my recent videos to some of my t-shirts and these wonderful hats. I'd love to see what you think. What are your favorites? Which ones you like? My daughter does a good job of helping me create these. So I'd love to tell her which ones you like and which ones are like, not really. So in the end, I like Saturdays because I give back. And of course, my favorite hour of the day is 9 o'clock on Saturdays. It's where I log into my private Facebook group just for my students. And we go through their questions. We talk about their homework. We talk about their market. We talk about what's going on. I expect this week to be interesting with my students as kind of my opinions have changed about what is going on. So I'm sure we'll have some questions about that. It's always fun talking with your students. Everybody speaks the same vocabulary. And now the group is growing to a size where they're helping each other, which is always fun to see. So I really enjoy Saturdays. And then, of course, after 2 hours of talking, I bounce and go work out. So on to what you came for today, the financial news of the day. It is Saturday. Well, unfortunately, probably for the next certainly several days, if not weeks, we are going to lead with stimulus talks. Please know I'm not trying to copy these YouTube entertainers who've been doing this for months. This is the time to talk about it. As I said yesterday morning, there's a chance no deal gets done, and that's currently where we sit. They seem to be trillions of dollars apart. I think it's boiling down to a couple of things in the Democrats' offer that kind of don't sit well with the Republicans. But regardless of what it is, they're not even close. I mean, they're throwing snide remarks at each other, and we, the citizens, people around us, are going to be the ones affected. I believe no stimulus deal impacts all of us, whether you have a job or not. It will impact some more, obviously. If you were unemployed and you were counting on the $600, you are clearly impacted more. But in my opinion, I could be wrong. I believe this lack of a bill will hurt everyone in our country. I still, until I come up with a better analogy, we built a bridge halfway and we decided to stop building the bridge, and that's just dumb. Because if you weren't committed to building the bridge, then don't spend the money in the first place. Building a bridge halfway is one of the worst things you could do because you destroy capital in the beginning and then you don't finish, and the drop off is terrible. And that's where we are. Are we on the bridge? Are we falling over? I don't know. But what is going on today is not good in my opinion. That said, we also have to realize that Trump, the man in office today, I don't know if is it accurate to say he's threatening or is it he's promising? I mean, I'm not. Everybody has their own spin. He is certainly saying he is going to issue some executive orders, which are the privilege of every president at the time of need, to address what he considers to be the items that the American people need. I think some are clearly within his powers to do, like the eviction moratorium and things of that nature, right? Rules and regulations. I think he can, as um, in his power. The one that I have trouble with, and it's maybe because I don't understand the political, you know, ins and outs. I've never studied it, never cared to. I think politics are not the place I want to be. Is I don't know that he can actually extend unemployment benefits because, as I understand it, he has no ability to allocate new monies, dollars. And it's that word new where I think he's going to find the loophole. I wonder if he has some allocations that have been in the earlier bill that have yet to be spent that maybe he can reclassify. I don't know. Yeah, so maybe he can spend existing dollars. I think that's where it could be. The other one I've been playing with is, can he declare some kind of national emergency and have dollars come from FEMA? I don't know. I suspect the most powerful man in the country, if he wanted to, could find a way to get it done. He's got lots of lawyers and whatnot around him and constitutional experts to kind of make it happen. I think he's going to try it. I think he's going to pick a number. My gut says 400, and he's going to say, you know what, you people, I'm going to do a piecemeal deal or a stopgap or whatever it is and help our people while you fight it out. And that's going to be interesting to see what happens after that. Again, I think he's going to allocate dollars that are already out there, reclassify, whatever you want to call it, or declare some kind of national emergency like FEMA or something after a hurricane. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to watch because I think if he does this, it's possible there is no stimulus deal done. I think he's going to tackle the ones that he cares about, and then the Democrats have no leg to stand on because he's not moving on a couple. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's wrong. I don't know what the impact will be. I'm not picking a side. I'm just trying to play it out because, again, I care about the consumer and cost of capital. That's what we do on this channel. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So we're going to have to watch. We are going to probably have to talk about stimulus for another couple of weeks, unfortunately. Next up, just more and more evidence that foreign buyers are, exiting the U.S. real estate market. It was already starting pre-pandemic, but you can definitely see that the foreign buyers have left all of New York and L.A. and Southern California. I have brokers down in L.A. and California who have vacant homes that were owned by Chinese that they've been trying to sell, and that frankly they've been vacant for 5 years plus in a couple of cases, and now they've just decided to list them. So lots of kind of interesting cross currents going down in the big cities because, again, where did the foreign investors buy? Big cities. What is hurt most today? Big cities. So we are seeing excess inventory come on the market from foreign buyers who in many cases never even lived in the property they bought, which is really interesting time. So that will be interesting to watch. Saw an article that did a survey of residents of big cities. This was featured in New York, so it's kind of slanted that direction. But it found that of 2,500 residents of New York who were renters, 40% have considered leaving or have already or actively looking to leave. 40%. Let's just say half. Let's say, what is that? Let's say 30% actually leave. That's 12%, right? 40% times 30 equals 12. So if 12% of the folks leave, that's not good. Again, this is why prices and rents are going to go down, right? If you ever wanted to live in the city, a year from now, it's going to be cheaper. But what I came to the realization yesterday is those people have to go somewhere, and the suburbs don't have the infrastructure and available housing units for them. We are seeing a lot of people, for example, come to Fresno, the Central Valley, where I invest, like I've never seen before. That's why they have 1 month of inventory, like Ashley Full talked about yesterday, and Benny Clay talked about on Tuesday. But that's going to have ripple effects. Not only prices going up, but rents are going to go up. It'll be flat today just because we're in this environment. But I talked to my buddy who owns the property management company where I'm at. He manages over 6,000 units, 6,000 in the Central Valley. He told me yesterday there's 12 vacancies. 12. He has 5 full-time leasing agents. All they do is lease, right? He manages condo complexes and all these other things. He usually has closer to 200. Rents are going to go up. The urban flight, or the out of the big city, quality of life, space is good, all that stuff we talk about on this channel. I am really happy to own a bunch of real estate today because I think prices in Fresno and rents, I think prices go up 25%, maybe 30% inside 18 months, maybe 2 years. I think rents go up as well. It's going to be interesting. So definitely interesting going on. Warren Buffett spent some money last quarter. He spent $5.1 billion buying back his own stock. If you don't know Warren Buffett all that well, he is really anti buying your own stock. He talks about it being a lazy way for people to manage, manage what's going on. But again, when he's buying his own stock, that tells you something. And of course, he took a big hit after last quarter's earnings. So maybe, he obviously felt it was a good idea. And then there was a comment that came up I want to go back to, and that is be careful of net cash flow. Absolutely. I was talking about Fresno going up in value and rents going up. I was referring to learning your market and also what I already own. Of course, I won't buy alligators, to use a word that we talk about a lot. But yeah, absolutely. You got to watch your market. Today is really weird. I've never seen this. I don't think any real estate investor has, where urban flight is this dramatic. Work from home is this dramatic. It's interesting times. Zillow, again, is on the same page with this channel, talking about, they're calling it the Great Reshuffling. I think it's just an exodus from the big cities going to the suburbs. More and more space is good. He could have taken the quote from this channel and realized what's really going on. It's impacting prices and all of that. And then the last thing, I saw an interesting article relating the high-priced NASDAQ stocks. This is obviously Amazon, Facebook, Google, Apple, Netflix, those folks. Basically, what one analyst is saying is those continually higher and higher prices are really telling us that the stay-at-home era is going to last longer than we expect, which is interesting. Those companies clearly benefit from folks staying home. So yeah, and the other thing I think is analysts are freaking lazy. All you got to do is every Monday slap a new price target on Amazon, and you just go from there. So in the end, this is Saturday, August 8th. That is your financial news. In about 10 minutes or so, we are going to go through your list of questions for the week. It is a lot of fun for me, so stay tuned for that. Of course, everybody have a wonderful Saturday if this is the only time we talk. Take care. Bye.